Well, everything's going, Brian.
Everything's going. Good to go. Good to go.
Let's see if we remember how to do this. It's been so long.
It's been like what, 2 months? 2 months, I think.
Yeah,
almost 2 months.
Kinda, because the way that these things fall is we do it one every other month now. So if you look at our YouTube page, it says the last episode was a month ago.
A month ago, yeah.
Yeah. So
But when we recorded it was like what, 2 months by now, I guess.
Oh yeah,
we record these early in the month, everyone.
A lot
but
has happened since then.
Oh yeah, no, a whole lot.
You've played a bunch of shows. We've gone to some shows.
We've gone to some. I forgot where.
Well, like I've done C2E2. That was we dropped this right before I believe the Dragon Tarkir pre-release happened.
Yeah, that was. Oh man, that set was a banger. Magic stuff. Look, okay. Here's the thing. I don't think we're alienating people when we talk about Magic. Magic is pretty popular amongst a lot of people. It's like,
well,
especially the metal community. I mean, even Chris Garza said the same thing. It's like, yeah, it's like Magic is pretty common among metalheads.
Well, I think when you're a metalhead, like it's like a net that you cast, right? So in that net, yes, metalhead is in there, but also anime fan probably. Yeah, probably like a card game or Warhammer 40K or something like that.
I mean, we all got hobbies of our own, but yeah, I mean, there's Fury has songs about, some Magic the Gathering cards, Eldritch Evolution being one of them, actually.
Yeah.
There's Summoning the Lich, who actually have I think like their own card, or I think the card that they're based off of, I can't remember, but they had it at their merch table too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
that's right.
I was like, Summoning the Lich has something. So it's like, yeah, there's, it's like it's pretty common folk around among the metal community. I mean, you even have the clip of two people playing Magic in the middle of a circle pit. That shit's
It's
funny.
pretty funny.
But yeah, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, it's been, dude. There's been so much. The Nintendo 2 Direct happened, as well as the pre-order, as well as all
speaking
the drama.
of Nintendo, did you hear their new terms of service?
Oh yeah,
it's like if you use any third party, we're gonna break your Nintendo. It's like
here's the thing though. Whenever
Nintendo speaking, all right. Nintendo alert.
No, dude, it's so Nintendo has been so backwards on technology,
of course,
for so goddamn long.
I mean, here's the thing, because I guess the whole thing with Nintendo, we obviously, you guys know, the Switch 2 is on the horizon. Yeah. You have people bitching about the price, but they're still gonna buy it regardless.
Well, dude, it's sold out.
Oh, it's sold out.
At this point, right now, the pre-order happened, and it is 100% sold out.
It's sold out in Japan, and it's sold out in. I saw that coming because first the pre-release happened in Japan first, and then they said, we don't have enough of these. I'm like, of course. Yeah. It was expected.
There's a lot more people in Japan.
And then I was like, when it hits the U.S., same issue is going to happen.
Yeah.
And I mean, I guess like the one thing is, so they kept the price the same because, obviously Orange Man brought tariffs.
Oh, yeah, dude.
That actually affected the whole thing.
So much has happened
because, like I said, it's like, I told Mike, I was like,
Trump announced the tariffs and then backed down and pushed it back 2 months. So in basically preparation to that, Nintendo as well as other companies like Microsoft
and Sony, they're all
have raised their prices.
So Sony and Microsoft actually raised the prices of their console. Nintendo didn't, but they're raising the price of the accessories.
Yeah, they had a choice.
Then again, the other two are also raising their prices to their shit as well.
So they had a choice to make. Most tech companies, they do not want to lose money on tech, like their system, or like let's say like like PC specifically. I mean, their components.
Well, in general, corporations are not gonna willingly pay it and not raise the price on shit. They're gonna be like, no, we're gonna make our money back by fucking the buyers.
Well, I mean, that's just economics 101. Yeah. Apparently, our Orange Man does not understand that.
And see, the thing, like, it's crazy. Because, like, Mike and I, I was telling him, like, bro, we're living in an era where politics is officially fucking us in the ass. And I mean, this is a prime example. Well, I mean, it always does, but this is a prime example where it's getting out of hand, especially.
Yeah,
but
dude, and it's not
continue.
just technology though. I mean, you go to the store, man. Everything. I remember my food budget, like when I lived at like my old place,
Right.
was like $70. Like that was my food budget.
If you remember
now,
that place, I recorded a video. We recorded a video at that place.
oh yeah, we recorded many videos at that place. I think.
Yeah. Well, you did mainly, but it was just the central disorder one that we did.
Right before. I moved.
Two of them. Never mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. It was
Okay. Well, that was my food budget, was like $70, and now it's like well past 100, and it's simply because food has just become way more expensive now, man.
Life is expensive.
Everything is going to become more expensive, and we will probably experience another Great Depression.
Possibly. Yeah. I mean, no, yeah, it's just nuts because like I said, or all the gaming companies raising their prices.
Yeah.
Nintendo. It's still $450.
Well, so
they announced, but their accessories are going.
This is why, though, right? So Nintendo, for like months and months and months, already have the Switch here in a bunch of warehouses, packed and ready to go. So that's why they're like, all right, so whatever happens on launch, at least for like the first quarter, those things are going to be untouched. They will not, raise the price on them because they're already here. Now, those accessories, those are not wildly in demand like the Switches. So they can probably charge an extra $10 or whatever for the stupid webcam that they're trying to sell,
That webcam is, I don't know, personally, when I saw the webcam, I'm like, this is going to be ass.
Well, going back to what I said, Nintendo has this has been intentional. They have stayed backwards in technology and have done way more with like the Switch in terms of like, man, they've got no processing power, but somehow a lot of those games they make it work, and some of them they don't, like Pokemon Scarlet and Violet.
I mean, it's true. It kind of just went to a point where I started playing it as more of a home console, because that's where it's. I mean, that's the more manageable way. But I mean, I don't
even know why we started talking about this, to be honest.
Well, I mean, I think
stuff that happened.
But I mean, that's which is one of them. I mean, it's the events that's going on. You have Nintendo putting an update saying, "Oh, we'll break your system if you have a third party." It's like.
Oh yeah, so that's what I'm saying is Nintendo has been so stuck in the past that when they say these things, really what it is all just basically stuff to cover their ass. They said something with the camera as well, like Nintendo reserves the right to use the video that comes from your camera, and what that means, it's the same thing. It's just to cover their asses if something happens. I mean, a lot of similar things happen.
Same thing
with the Xbox, like Kinect, or like when the PlayStation
or PlayStation 5 has what's it called? Your conversations recorded, and they have text that comes up, and that's for a reason because a lot of shit that's happened has always like there's been crazy events that happened, and a lot of the plans that for those said crazy plans happened on PSN Network and all that stuff. But it's
but like just to think that Nintendo's being nefarious is like whatever. But like the reality is, I mean. Guys, we're being tracked constantly. We've basically signed up for this.
Yeah, I mean that's just the thing. I mean, I feel like right now the Switches that are for this first batch, as you said, those are not changed. But the second batch that might come might be more than likely. But I mean that's one of the stuff that's happened. I mean, next month is when it drops next month, right? Yeah, or the Switch 2.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and then GTA 6 got pushed back to next year.
Oh, dude, Nintendo has never been happier. They're like, this is going to be the year of the Switch 2. Well, because once GTA came out, no one was going to play anything else except for GTA 6.
And if GTA 6 would have dropped, everyone would just be like, what's a Switch 2?
They're like, well, what? Expedition what?
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 Oh, I might pick that up actually.
It looks really, really good.
It looks really, really good.
It's cheap. It's $50, Brian.
I'm getting at.
It's nuts.
I
love this new trend where companies are they're like, here you go, $50.
Here's the thing. Well, what company is this from though? Is it? I think
these are the people who got fired from what was it? Ubisoft. They got let go from Ubisoft, and they're like,
so
all
they're
right,
an
screw
indie
you.
company.
We're gonna make our own game.
Which here's the thing, like especially going back to the prices. I mean now, especially with the Switch 2 having Mario Kart for what 80 to 100 or something.
Yeah,
you have AAA companies. Giving you
way more
that are doing first AAA are the big dogs. I'm talking. So you have AAA giving you a half completed game for $100, but you have indie developers giving you a lot more.
A masterpiece.
Like example, Expedition
33.
I've heard. I was like, I've looked it up. I was like, yo, this game is.
I love
sick.
Turn-based combat. Like, I know it's a lot of people frown upon it. I'm personally a fan of really old school RPGs.
Well, yeah, because Paper Mario,
but also most of the early Final Fantasy are all turn-based. I'm currently replaying one of the Final Fantasies right now because of the new card set that's coming out. I'm super
Magic
hyped.
Is that So. I'm pretty sure everyone knows
at this point.
Magic has Final Fantasy coming, and we were all excited. I saw that, and I was like, oh my god, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that's another thing that's been going on, and then I mean I thought I knew GTA 6 was gonna get pushed back regardless. We all knew. I was like, there's no way it's gonna come out in this year. It's like I don't see it happening. But if it's next year, that's good. I'm like, yeah, that's it.
God, it's crazy that we're literally all right. Another thing that happened was randomly this what was it, this month or later last month, they just dropped the Oblivion remaster.
Oh, that happened
out
too.
of nowhere. They're like, here you go.
Shadow dropped it.
They showed the trailer and everyone's like, oh, okay. So like, what? We're gonna have to wait like a month or two. And they're like, no, you idiots! It's on the store right now.
It's almost like when Nintendo dropped Metroid Prime. It's like trailer.
Here you go, piggies.
Oh, it's already here. Okay,
and it's $40.
Yeah,
I know Oblivion was $50, and I'm like, oh my god!
I mean, that's a steal.
It was really nice, for like a fully 100% remade game, But that happened. I went to C2E2, which was pretty sweet.
Yeah, I mean, we also played another show as well.
Yes, we did.
Livewire Lounge.
The Livewire Lounge. I don't know if we have video of that one. Maybe.
I can send you the one that Tony Vasquez from King Howl sent us. Okay. By the way, those guys are sick, by the way. And same goes for Drill Bit. They remind me of they sort of remind me of 200 Stab Wounds Exhumed. We're actually gonna be. You know what? I think we've already announced that already. But so Beheading's actually gonna be hitting the road very soon in June.
You want to put the poster up?
Yep, Decollation or Decollation. I think I'm pretty sure I mispronounced it, but yeah, no. I mean that we're officially gonna be out there, and we're playing with Drill Bit in Wisconsin actually. So I was like, hey, that's pretty dope.
That's pretty sweet, man.
Yeah, and we also recently played at the Sanctuary in Detroit. That one was also sick too.
Yeah. Dude, so much stuff, man. So much good stuff.
So much good stuff. So little time.
Yeah, I think at this point, is there anything else? Like you had a couple cancellations, right?
So I think April. It was we played at Livewire Lounge. Beheading was supposed to have a show on the 13th, which was like a Saturday, and it got canceled. Apparently, one band dropped, and that band was going on tour. I can't remember the name. I'm gonna put the poster up. Yeah, but they just one dropped, and then the other one was like, yeah, that's it, and that was just it. Got canceled. Then it was like, well, we got Detroit on May 3rd, which that one was sick. 4-hour drive. I had to go to work the next day too. I got some sleep on the van and then got home at like 4 a.m. Went to sleep for like an hour and a half. Go to work, get my coffee, and that's it.
Nice, dude.
I mean, it's a benefit that they're an hour ahead over there. So technically,
sometimes it needs to be done, man. Sometimes that's just the reality,
I mean, it's the reality I'm living in at this point.
There's been so many times where I've played a show, then gone to like Denny's at like 1 a.m. in the morning, and then go to work the next day.
Yeah, I mean, I felt like
It's
a
a
zombie, but it's
lifestyle.
not like I do it every single day. So
Yeah.
it's like, I'll be fine.
You can, definitely if you're like an energy drink guy or a 5-hour energy drink.
I don't
or
do energy
coffee.
drinks. The only thing I do is just get a coffee in the
Coffee.
morning, and that's it.
That's good. That's healthy. But
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to be hooked on energy drinks as much. Well, then again, I don't feel like it has much of an effect on me.
yeah,
But I was like, yeah, you know what? I don't like these.
Brian. I don't know how we're going to do this if we're just doing this in one big cluster. Did you have metal news? Because a lot of music has also come out as well.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there is another thing I've also did. I went to a concert actually.
Which one, Brian?
I saw a Speedy Box. So I saw Spirit Box, Dying Wish, and then there was
I love that so much.
It was like
That's the
it's
best
like
thing.
a Spotify, but
Yeah.
I'm like a Speedy Box.
That's guys. That is the best kind of like. You know how what is it's like meme core basically. When you add core to the end. It's Mexican mom saying something incorrectly core.
I mean, I catch myself saying something in my accent as well. So when I said Spirit Box, and that wasn't, and so the thing is, that didn't came from a Mexican mom. That came from me once, and it just came up because I would always say Spotify, and I was like, I'm gonna say a Speedy Box. I'm like, wait, why did I say it that way? It's like that's
so
too
good.
I'm like, yeah, me and a friend of mine were just laughing our asses off just because I said it that way.
That's like a funny comedy T-shirt if Spirit Box ever wanted to do that.
Yeah, I mean, we were supposed to have Gel on that tour, which I mean, a lot of you already know what happened with that band.
Oh yeah,
but I saw them with Dying Wish, Loathe. I was mainly there for Loathe.
Yeah.
Spirit Box was great, right?
They're great,
phenomenal.
Yeah.
Same thing with Dying Wish, but the crowd went nuts when Loathe came on.
Really?
It's as if they were the main act. There was a massive circle pit in the middle of that thing.
Oh, wow.
Everyone was just singing along, just because they have some really fast songs, some slow ones.
I'm gonna be totally honest with you. I have no idea what Loathe even sounds like.
They're like, so a lot of people would say they have most people would say it's like they can be like they're like they have some songs that go more like Thaw, so you have like I guess some sound like Verjarda, but then also they can go very slow, very feely. They're pretty sick.
Okay.
I would recommend you checking them out.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like their album, well, the first album I listened to it, I let it in and it took everything.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was listening to it, I was like, oh, it's just a band that has just heavy guitars, vocals, and all that. But then all of a sudden, you have songs like Two-Way Mirror, Is It Really You, a sad cartoon that's just totally changes the mood, and it's like, okay, I was not expecting that. So when I saw them live, I'm like, these guys are amazing. They're really good, and it's just nuts. I'm like, because I actually saw my friend JC Pops, my streamer friend, over there, and then both of us were all like, everyone is just going down. Like, don't get me wrong, people moved for Spirit Box, but not as often as when Loathe came on, and they played a new song as well, which was also pretty sick.
Nice.
Yeah,
dude.
that was like, holy shit. I got to hear it a week before they dropped it too, so I was like, hey.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, overall I was like, holy, like I want to see them again. They're from the UK.
I'm trying to think what shows I went to. The only one that I remember for sure is I went to go see Allegiant, obviously. And that was
and they've also dropped a new album too.
I was gonna say that was right after they dropped their brand new album. And
it's a really sick album. I mean, we can also go. Yeah. Well, before going to metal news, we could also talk about the new releases that came out because I do have a lot of stuff to say about Sleep Token's album.
Yeah, let's do it. I don't even know what segment that would be.
I guess it's just Music Corner.
Yeah, music. Hey, Music Corner. All right, Brian, lead off.
So, of course, we're talking about new releases. Allegiant coming up with a new album.
So good. Ossuary Lens. Ossuary Lens. It's hard to say.
Oh, the new.
That's their album, Ossuary Lens.
I was like,
from start to finish, the thing is awesome. It's So you and I think, have fundamental differences on this, and I think it's mostly because you came into Allegiant way later than I did. I was there
so the
since
thing
the
is,
beginning.
I've heard of Allegiant for the longest, but I've never checked them out. It's funny because I kept confusing them with Eon, the band Eon, and Allegiant. So I was like, "Oh, is that Eon?" But I was like, because I've seen Eon a decade ago. I haven't heard from that band about that band since, but. I was like, okay, yeah. I'm like, I remember those guys, but
what album did you start on? Was it?
It was their 2016 album. I can't remember.
Okay,
yeah,
the one with All Hail Signs and stuff on it. So that was with
Riley
Brandon.
McShane.
Riley.
Rand.
I say Brandon because he looks almost identical to my ex-singer for Dark Entropy. Like Riley McShane and Brandon look like. If I have time, maybe I'll put two pictures here.
Brandon McShane.
Yeah. And it's funny, there's pictures of them, like kind of like how me and Malcolm, have a thing. He would go to Allegiant shows and take a picture with him and be like, "Hey, what's up? It's my twin."
That's
they'd
pretty dope.
Acknowledge it. But he started really late. I have been, I loved Allegiant when they were just straight up tech death, and Ezra was the vocalist, and then he left. Riley came in, and their sound was I won't say entirely different, but it was like Allegiant, but here's Riley. He can hit like really, really low lows, and he brought a lot of new stuff to the band. And then the release after that, Apoptosis.
Apoptosis, that's another one.
He started adding cleans.
And then you had Damn Son.
That came after, but like very slowly the band was starting to change from what I loved. And with this latest release, Ossuary Lens, it was like, we're going to keep what made the new Allegiant good, and we're going to
It's the best of both worlds, in my opinion.
Exactly.
I liked it. I was like, you know what? No, this is the best of both worlds. You still have Riley McShane era, not just without him, but then Ezra still.
It's like, hey, we're going to keep the technical style that we had, not only for the first album, but also for the second. But also, Michael Stansel taking over on clean vocals and doing it well.
I personally believe it was a very dynamic album. Another good album that came out around that same time has to be Tomarome's Beyond Obsidian Euphoria.
Okay.
That album, we saw them with Inferior, but that album was incredible. So one of my favorite songs would have to be Shed This Erroneous Skin, because the very beginning sounds like a cell phone ringtone.
Okay.
But it's such a good album. I'm like, holy shit, because I was listening to their second one after I saw them, and I was like, these guys are just incredible. I guess you can call them like more of a progressive black metal band, but they're super atmospheric. They have 3 guitarists as well.
Nice.
But yeah, they were incredible, and I was like, I like that band.
What is the name of the album again?
It's Beyond Obsidian Euphoria by It's pronounced Tomorrow, but it's like almost like sounds like tomorrow, but
Tomorrow.
Yeah, it's Icelandic for empty void. I'm assuming. I could be wrong. It's void, but I'm pretty sure it is empty void.
Fancy.
But it's very fancy. But aside from that, there was technically 3 albums came out that were on my list. You had Behemoth's new album.
Oh yeah.
Ghost Bath.
I've listened to that.
And then Sleep Token. But I want to start off with Sleep Token because I'm pretty sure I'm like, everyone was talking about it. My reaction to it was kind of mid. Like
that is unexpected.
See, the thing is, I enjoyed the third album. The third album, there was 2 songs that were like, eh. The second album, I loved the absolute shit out of.
Mm-hmm.
To me, that's like the perfect album in my opinion. But when it came to this one, it's like they were trying to see. It's kind of like a 60-40 type of deal. Okay. It's like 40% is great, but then there's a 60% that's like, yeah, like when they released Emergence, I was like, okay, this one's pretty solid. Then you had Caramel, which I thought was a really great song, but the lyrics are pretty fucking I don't know, I didn't like them. It's about the fact that they got doxxed by someone, and they were also trying to release their birth certificate and I think some explicit photos apparently. I don't know, the point is that was the thing. Yeah, that happened last year from what I was hearing, and I'm like, what the? Because they removed a lot of stuff from their social media, and that was going on. But yeah,
Dude.
like I don't know. Like the thing is, it could have. There was so many parts to this album that could have been good. You know, that had like a build up to something, and then it just stops, and I was like, oh.
It kind of reminds me. I don't know if you're familiar with Decapitated.
Yeah.
Now I love Decapitated, and when they released the album Anti-Cult, they came here to America. Now, USA. I don't know exactly what venue, but do you remember the whole drama?
The whole allegation that happened.
There was the lady just 100% lied, and they got
for context sake, they got arrested. They were locked up over a false rape allegation
for a long time, for like months.
It was months, and then it ended up being false because she ended up retracting her statement.
The trial came, and here we go. Now it's time to swear on the Bible, you know.
And she retracted.
And she just said, she didn't come to court. She just retracted everything, and now. You know, it's one of these things. It's like, you know, the whole she said, they said thing. But you have to understand, like, Decapitated, like, these guys all have families. They're all really good. Like, if you watch interviews with them, they're all really good guys, you know.
No, sure. You know, we're not saying that.
So much because I really, really.
Right. And, like, the thing is, there are degenerates out there in the music world, you know, that do that. But there are some cases where it's pretty fucking false at times, and it's like it gets.
It's very what is it? Innocent till proven guilty, but at that point, it had done so much damage, and then they finally were like free, and they wrote that album.
You mean guilty till proven innocent is what I would say. It was in that situation, but continue.
Yeah, they basically got like noosed by every single news outlet, you know, all of them, Metal Sucks, Loudwire. But then finally, you know, nothing came out of it. They were exonerated. And then they wrote the album, I think it was called
Cancer Culture.
Cancer Culture. And I'm like, oh, God, that's so lame, man.
Yeah, I mean,
it's good. I've just thought of a parallel between, you know, the sleep token thing you just said.
Yeah, I mean, but like I said, it is sort of similar, but
kind of lame.
It is kind of lame, but the thing is, like, the album had so much potential, but it kind of felt wasted. Like, I'm not saying that the fact that, you know, they're meshing genres is what I mind, but it's like they took some of the most generic parts of pop and used it, and then the generic parts of, you know, like metal and stuff, they tried making something out of it, but it kind of just felt bland in some points. I'm like, it could have been better. It's okay. You know, the last song was more on the heavier side, which the last three were not really as heavy. There was just, you know, but yeah, this one was like, well, maybe we might get a heavier album. I don't know. I felt like it could have been better. And then Behemoth, it was a solid album, but it's I don't know. Here's the thing. I feel like ever since The Satanist, they've kind of
they haven't been able.
It's like they haven't been able to replicate that, and I feel like they've been trying so hard to replicate that. Like, I was like, you know, because I even put on my stories, like, I feel like they've been trying to replicate Van Halen and
it's so
the Satanist, and it's like, it's really
so
hard
for a band.
It's very hard because like that's when they peaked, and that album is still one of the best. Like,
it's kind of sad. Isn't
I mean, it is kind of sad. Like, they're still going on, you know, strong. It's a solid album, but it's not. Oh my God, you know, it's not a masterpiece like the Satanist was. That album was phenomenal. I saw them, I think, perform through that album cycle twice. Yeah. And I was like, man, this band is just phenomenal.
It's kind of scary, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of scary.
Think about that, like, I always think about that. I'm like, oh,
whenever a band peaks,
if like this is the best thing that I ever release in my life, isn't it?
And then it's like, and then the rest kind of just goes over. But I mean, it's just a very scary thought, you know, just always thinking about the future. It is pretty scary. But yeah, I mean, that's my thoughts on Behemoth. Ghostbath's new album, however, that album, I was like, I need to pull them.
Ghostbath?
Yeah, Ghostbath.
I've never heard of them, no.
So I discovered them last year when I opened up for Absolver, because it was Absolver, Mental Cruelty, Extermination, Dismemberment, and Ghostbath.
What kind
They're
of
more of a death gaze band or a black metal band, you know, some can say.
death gaze?
Yeah,
like shoegaze.
They use shoegaze, but in black metal, but they've nailed it so well. So they released a new album last Friday called Rose Thorn Necklace, and I think that one was the best one out of the 3 that I listened. I enjoyed it. You know, you hear some like, you know, Cradle of Filth influence through it, but it's
That's
just
saying
so
a lot.
Yeah, it's just so raw. Like I personally enjoyed that more than I enjoyed Behemoth as well, which and I'm not saying, you know, like I'm a huge Behemoth fan. I mean, I have the Unholy Trinity tattoo, which that's from the Satanist album, you know,
forever.
That's how much I love that album. The Satanist was such an epic album, but they haven't been able to just, you know, go. It's like the releases. I will say this one's kind of better than their 2022 album. That album was probably weak. The other one, I Loved You at Your Darkest, was a solid one. Not the greatest, but it was good. Mm-hmm. But that's just where Behemoth's been. But Ghostbath, I was like, when I first, you know, saw them, I was like, these guys are amazing.
Do they have like 16-minute songs? Is it that kind of shoegaze?
No, not that kind.
Okay.
But the album is actually pretty short for black metal standards, you know, but yeah, I mean, or when it comes to Tomorrow, the first album they released is an hour long because their songs are like 11 minutes long. Yeah. Especially when we saw them live. If you thought they were playing another song, it was the exact same song. You guys ready for more? And it's like, oh, it's still the song. I was like, that's pretty dope. Yeah. But yeah, I mean that was Ghostbath, and I guess another album that came out in April that I was kind of looking forward to had to be Ghost is a recent album. And for that one, I would also say it was okay, but it wasn't the greatest. Yeah. I saw what's his name, Alex's post on that.
Yeah.
I no, like the thing is, I laughed so hard.
Was pretty funny.
And he had a point because a lot of the songs are forgettable, and this is coming from someone who's a fan of them. Yeah. See, it was enjoyable, but it's like, yeah, this album isn't memorable. It's not like I felt like ever since the 4th album, Pre-Kilt, it's just kind of
Well, yeah, it might just be one of those things once you get so goddamn big, you know, like I don't know. Do you think that's a thing? Like you're just more inclined to be mediocre once you hit like Slipknot
Yeah,
level.
I mean, you know, like once bands like, you know, it doesn't happen with all bands.
Because Amon Amarth hasn't been good for a while.
I mean, it doesn't happen with all bands, but whenever, you know, bands make it huge, they kind of their writing kind of falls off. Like that's what I felt like with Sleep Token. You know, before it almost sounds like they actually cared about, you know, their like, you know, songwriting wise, but then this one it's just like, yeah, let's just hit them with, you know, what's I don't know. That's just me. It's a hot take. I'm gonna get crucified by the Sleep Token. By the Sleep Token diehard fans. It's like I'm gonna get crucified by them. They're like, "How dare you? This music turns me on at night."
Oh God!
You know,
I goon to this music.
The thing is, a lot of there is a common trope that Sleep Token music is essentially music for the horny.
Yeah, I was like, Gooner fuel,
Gooner gaze. So I was like,
that is so Jesus Christ. That's funny.
That's just the thing. I called it Gooner gaze.
Oh no, so let me. I agree with you. In terms of like, here's my example, right? I used to be a huge Arch Enemy fan up until the last album with Angela. I was a huge fan, and then now
Alyssa.
Since Alyssa has taken over, now this is a very normie take, but it has just the writing has just gone basically down the shitter.
Yeah.
And their last album, I think it's called Blood Dynasty, right?
The recent one, I heard
it's awful.
What was it?
So
awful?
bad.
Supposedly, I heard was good. The one without Jeff Loomis, right?
This is the first album without Jeff Loomis.
Wow, I didn't take a deep listen to it, but I heard it was solid. But maybe I don't know. Who knows?
I don't know, man. My problem is this: Michael Amott has been doing the same guitar riffs for like I don't know the last like 15 years.
And you know that's how I feel about Ghost as well. It's like they're trying to, because I mean this one had like more of a 70s rock vibe. Yeah. But the first song sounds like a Journey song. And it's funny.
Bet you though the difference though is the singer of Ghosts, at least his lyrics are probably better than freaking Angela just talking
Yeah.
about Nietzsche and just
I mean-
generic crap.
I mean, the whole I guess the whole thing that's funny is how and even their lore is hilarious because they don't take it too serious.
Yeah.
I'm behind on that, but apparently the new Papa they have. Oh yeah, we also had a new Pope, by the way.
lore drop?
I was like,
Oh,
did,
yeah,
did you see the new Pope?
He's from Chicago.
But yeah, aside from the new Pope, we had
The new Pope drop?
Pope drop. The new Pope drop. We had the new Papa drop, which they should both be in the same room, but.
Yeah.
According to the ghost lore, he's the twin of the last frontman that I think you saw when they were playing Pre-Cal.
Yeah.
But apparently both of them, according to the story, they're so-called twins.
Dude, it's so goddamn lame.
It's so
I'm
goddamn
sorry.
lame. No, it is. I was
So
like, this is so
goddamn
lame. But it's funny because I personally like the other guy. Well, when he was, the
more.
other character,
Yeah.
he was more goofy
What
on
was
stage.
it, Emeritus or?
No, so it used to be Emeritus 1, 2, and 3. You had Cardinal Copia,
Okay.
and then he becomes
That's
Emeritus
kinda funny.
4.
Cardinal Copia.
Yeah,
Like,
but then it's fun. But then what's also kind of funny is like, oh yeah, it turns out he was related to the other guys the whole time, despite them saying, he's not a part of the bloodline.
Yeah,
I was like, but of course you can tell it's parody from the videos, but. I liked him when he was Cardinal, not just Pampa, because he was more. I guess he moved a lot more on stages. His stage presence was more lively, and then, not saying that it wasn't when he became fourth, but then you have what they call him V or Perpetua. I mean, they do have like the same outfit with the wings and shit, but it's still. I was like, why are they making him a twin? Just have someone. I don't know.
I don't know, man. All I know is I have seen Merciful Fate.
Scooby-Doo chase music. Okay,
I have seen Merciful Fate like 3 times now at this point, and they do that like stage. They do the stage show thing so much better than Ghost, and they always have like a theme and people like on stage like like it's a story,
And another thing is they do one thing that I guess I kind of find it cringy when I guess when the Cardinal came up, they did a VIP meet and greet.
Okay.
You would see fake dead bodies of the last 3 Emeritus, and then recently they had, I think they called their sister Imperator. They had a replica as if as if she was deceased, and the actress is kind of upset over that.
Really?
So yeah, because I guess according to the story, she died.
Her fake lore.
Her fake lore. She died, and then they used her
likeness.
her likeness to be like, oh, here's a dead body. As
Oh my god, that's so stupid.
I didn't know there was.
Her
they were
character.
Still doing.
Her character is being used. Whatever.
I don't know.
Whatever, man.
I don't really care much for the whole. I was like, okay, well, I mean, I'm like, for me, it's like the music was sort of better back then. It's okay now, but it's not. But this album was pretty forgettable. I was like, you know what? I agree with Alex on this, and I'm not a diehard Ghost fan who would get offended over it, because the thing is, I don't like both fan bases of Sleep Token and Ghost.
Yeah,
they take it to heart, and it's
dude,
like, bro,
all
even
of them. Spirit
the
Box, all of them, all the fan bases.
I will say Spirit
kinda,
Box, they're more creepy towards when it comes to the Courtney fans. Yeah, but Sleep Token fans are kind of a cult. I mean,
I haven't been able to get it out of my head ever since someone called them like heavy Evanescence, basically. And I'm like, oh man, that's just stuck in my head now.
No, you want to know what they call Sleep Token? Imagine Dragons meets Deftones. I was like, oh, that's funny. That's
pretty
funny.
on point.
I mean, it is pretty on point and it's funny, but I was like, but some people do get super offended. It's like, dude, it's just a band, like, I get it. Music, if you love something so much, but don't become parasocial to it.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. That's just me. It's like,
yeah.
But I mean, we can go on to our next segment.
Well,
now.
I got one more.
Let's just. I'm joking.
just cut. No, the only other album that I've been listening to since we recorded last was I showed you a couple videos of them, Lost Souls.
Oh yeah,
the animated band that has been just blowing up on YouTube. They released a brand new album with all of the songs that they've released so far through social media, but they just like 6 brand new bangers, and they just threw them all on one album, and it's fantastic. It's great.
Yeah, I've listened to them. I was like, holy shit. It's funny because one of my friends showed me the Making a Deathcore Breakdown. It's I was like, oh,
Yeah.
you know they released that? He's like, I did not know that was an actual. I was like, yeah. I was also blown away when I was like, oh shit.
If you don't know what we're talking about, just type in Lost Souls Band into YouTube. You'll see the
Just
video.
think of it as the YouTube version of Metalocalypse.
Basically, yeah.
But it's actually, I mean, well, both of them are really good. Yeah, metalcore, metal clock.
Well, what I like about it, and this is just, I mean, besides the fact that somebody is basically trying to do Death Clock in the more modern sense, you know, is like, I don't know, you remember what it was like back then, you know. Metalcore was where you had your, you know, Kill Switch Engage, your Unearths, your As I Lay Dying Before,
Bullet for My Valentine,
yeah.
and then you had Trivium.
Yeah, you had Shadows. Like, there was so many bands that were like, okay, this is metalcore, and then it progressed into what it is today.
Yeah,
essentially, was this deathcore. You know, I mean,
you have
it's a different
Bring Me the
subgenre.
Horizon.
Yeah.
Spirit Box is like, you
Yeah,
know, Spirit
but
Box.
my
you can
point-
consider it metalcore as well, but you
Yeah.
know that's.
But my point is, the guy who writes all this music for Lost Souls clearly is like around our age in terms
He
of
has more of an appreciation of, you know,
for the old school style. And here's the clean singer, and we're going to incorporate a couple of deathcore elements.
I guess it's one way to describe, you know, Beheading the Icon, where it's like we have more of a love for the old. Not saying that I don't like the new. Like I love.
Well, you guys
you know,
do a lot of breakdowns.
Yeah,
in
but like
that
no, what I'm
style.
saying, yeah, right. Like we try bringing in the old school, like
But
as
you
much
do
as I
have
like the
like
new
a lot
stuff.
of Black Dahlia style parts.
Because
you know?
most deathcore most days they're trying to be replicas of Lorna Shore. By the way, they tease something as well, but I don't want to be another Lorna Shore copy. It's like, you know,
No, and that's why I really, really like this album, because it's like, man,
it stands out.
It stands out. You know, it's, yeah, a lot of the songs are like meme songs, essentially, but, you know, like,
But
it
they're
stands
really damn
out.
good.
They are very individualistic. All of their songs, like, hit. They are great.
I agree.
So, yeah, that's one of the other albums that I was listening to. And guys, we're not going to cover all of it. Let's be honest. There's been a lot of singles.
There's
that
been a
have
lot
come
of
out.
singles. I mean, as
You
much
know.
as I guess like a final single that you know, that recently dropped. Check out my friend's band Volge. They've released a new single
Some
called
local.
Curb Stump. Some local bands, you know.
Local
They got a
bands.
show later on this month, by the way, May 24th at Reggie's, which probably already passed by the time this drops. But hey,
Yeah, probably.
anyways,
All right.
let's go
Yeah,
on to
let's
metal
go
news.
Metal news.
My snaps are on point.
Yeah. SSBNN, whatever.
Oh yeah.
All right, here we are in SSBNN. What do you want to cover first, Brian?
Well, you know,
Been
we
a
were
couple of
talking.
big things that have happened in metal.
Right. I mean, we were talking about, you know, concerts. I mean, there is one tour that's, you know, concluding,
Yeah.
and that would have to be the Bullet for My Valentine Trivium Poison Ascendancy tour. I can't get enough of saying that, but
They've announced this like quite a while back. And what is the theme of it? They're both doing like two popular albums, obviously.
yeah, the 10th. It's an anniversary run of
Yeah.
Poison, and then for Bullet, and then Ascendancy for Trivium.
Trivium. Yeah.
They got August Burns Red, Silosis, and I think it's Bleed From Within as well.
Yeah, dude. Again, you know, I don't really care much for Trivium or Bullet. Bullet has some good songs.
Yeah,
but-
no, I mean, see, both of them have some good songs, but I'm not the biggest fan of either.
Yeah.
August Burns Red, I was like, hell yeah, and then
I
more
was gonna
Silosis.
say,
I
it
was
was pretty nice. the support was nicer than the ending for that. I was like, I'd go for some Silosis and some goddamn August Burns Red.
Yeah, I mean, August Burns Red. Those guys are probably
great.
one of the.
They make my
best.
favorite Christmas albums.
Yeah, and I mean, every album they release is a fucking banger. Like it just gets better and better. They're not those bands that have that situation. It's like, oh yeah, they got that one good album, and after that it's been downhill. It's like, nope.
They just keep the idea well coming.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. But there has been some a bit of a debacle going on between Trivium and Bullet.
Yeah.
So this was happening actually this week. I've noticed that there was like they were saying, oh yeah, Trivium has beef with Bullet for My Valentine.
Yeah, there was a lot of articles.
I'm like, what's going on? So I had to catch up to speed. So they're almost done with a North American run, but they were planning to do, I think, like Europe or Australia, but they were saying, oh yeah, the reason they don't want to do it is because Matt Tug from Bullet doesn't want to do it. And I think that statement was coming out from Trivium's bassist, and they were even making social media posts.
Well, there was a lot of speculation. Like there was people saying like, yeah, we saw him in this one specific interview and he was like clearly out of it and he didn't want to be there in the interview. And people were like, oh yeah, I wonder if there's some drama going on.
Which but
there was.
there was, and in a way, I mean, I'll read the bassist statement. He said, Matt Tug didn't want to do it after we had planned it, after stuff was already in the works. Don't know why. I think it would have been amazing. I think The Poison is a great album, and obviously that was just
Matt Heafy.
That was their bassist Paulo Gregoletto. I was like that. I hope I pronounced it right. There was a slew of Instagram posts. I didn't read all of them. I might post them on there, maybe not. Like this was just happening as in real time. And Bullet didn't have a statement at the time up until like a few hours ago. And I mean, maybe I should just read it. So it all starts with, "Hey guys, Bullet here. As we head into the final shows of the Poison Infinity Tour, we want to thank everyone who's come out to celebrate with us. The shows have been phenomenal, and we've loved connecting with every single one of you." Which, by the way, the crowd for those shows I've seen videos. I'm like, holy shit!
Oh, it's
massive.
This was the money tour for them.
The big money is a big shit. But it's like being in this band is the most important thing to the four of us. We're incredibly grateful to have been given the chance to look back at a pair of life-changing albums for us and Trivium. We have nothing but respect and admiration for. To have a career spanning 20 plus years is an incredible achievement, and we understand all the dedication and sacrifice that comes with that. The celebration of both of these albums has been a career highlight. It's like, it's been dope as hell, guys.
Yeah, not trying to be as diplomatic as humanly possible.
And here comes the I guess the reason. With that being said, the four of us collectively feel that the time is right for us to divert our full attention towards the next chapter of Bullet for My Valentine. We can't wait to get back in the studio later this summer and finish what we promised is our best album to date.
Yeah.
Which, okay, I was like, that better be a big claim. That claim better have some
validity.
Truth to it, validity to it. There you go. We can't wait. Hold on. That's like too long. I was like, to go along with this, we're already starting to make plans for the 2026 and 2027 tour cycles, hitting every corner. We are super excited to drop new music for you. We value our fans, all else, and are forever grateful for your support. But yeah, a lot of the fans that for those that were supposed to get the Poison Ascendancy tour, they've been upset,
just like smack in the face.
Oh yeah, basically. No, they felt like they was like, yo, what the fuck?
All of the money that has to be refunded.
I mean, just imagine that. But I mean,
well, so there's one of two things, right? At least that I can see is the first thing that everyone thought, just, hey, like something is definitely going on between these bands and they're trying to keep it as cordial as possible. Right. Or B, this is kind of what happened when Vicious Attack was supposed to open up for, it was Machine Head, Children of Bodom, and Epica. We were supposed to be on that bill. And Machine Head canceled the entire tour because they had to go work on their latest shitty album that nobody cares about.
I wonder if we're gonna look back, if we're ever gonna meet a band that was supposed to open up for one of the show dates. Be like, yeah, so it's gonna be in Australia. It's like, yeah, it got canceled because Bullet for My Valentine wanted to write some new album, and it ended up being complete shit, like Kronk, man. You could have just played the shit.
It's probably going to be complete shit, Brian, if we're totally honest.
Now, here's the thing. Probably, but I'm not a big fan of Bullet, but I was like, well, this album better be a banger.
Better.
Just to make it up to the people that, were looking forward to see both bands on that run, because that bill, well, the openers, in our opinion, are fucking amazing. I never listened to Bleed From Within, but Silosis and August Burns Red, it's like, ooh.
Oh my God. Tasty, tasty, tasty.
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, well, it's whatever, I guess. I mean, hopefully it lives up to the hype. If it doesn't, we won't be surprised. But hey, any Australia bands want to be on the podcast complaining about said album, then let us know. Maybe there's a Vicious Attack in Australia.
Oh my God, Vicious Attack, the Australia chapter.
The Australian league.
Yeah, that was just, I don't know. I'm not even a big fan of Trivium and stuff, but Matt Heafy is kind of like a really good guy.
Well, yeah, I mean, the guy's a streamer. The dude's killing it, aside from, touring, he's got his own, he's got his own thing like going on.
His own empire.
His own galactic empire. But aside from that, we've actually, seen the very first video of Black Dahlia playing Sonic Temple.
Oh, yeah. So that was one thing.
That's another thing
that was really big is my love for West Hunch is so deep. I love that man so much.
Yeah,
he's
they've announced that he's in the band now, and I'm like,
yeah. For the foreseeable future, I believe, is the wording they use.
Which means he's in the band.
He's in the band. He's going to be on the new album, whatever.
Yeah, dude, I cannot wait. They picked, that was like, there is no other person that there could have been several, but Wes, I was like,
If you guys don't know who this man is, he's been in a lot of things, but most recently he is the guitar player for the band Alluvial.
And he was also in what's it called? Autotheism and The Faceless. I'm like,
oh yeah,
he was in that album too.
Any kind of like technical, progressive, like ambient metal project, he's got his little sticky fingers in, basically.
Sticky.
He is that guy. He is Keith Merrow. He is like that style of just ambient like metal guitar playing.
Yeah, I mean, I follow this guy since Autotheism. When I was like, holy shit, Wes Hauck is he's so an incredible player. Like the guy is just, and I've seen him in Alluvial as well. I was like, holy shit.
It is honestly like, it is very strange that he's in Black Dahlia Murder because like I don't know why, but I just see these guys as like, I don't know. I don't want to say younger dudes because they're definitely not younger dudes, but I believe Wes is like older than them significantly, right?
I'm not sure. Maybe they might be around the same age as Brian and Trev, but
maybe. But like, I don't know. It's gonna be strange. Like if he's playing with them, it means he knows the music. It means he's gonna do it well.
I've seen the video. He can play Brandon Ellis's parts.
His solos.
Yeah, he can play his solos pretty clean. I was like, holy shit, he nailed it pretty good, especially off the new album too.
He's an amazing guitar player, and it's scary what the next Black Dahlia album is gonna sound like because like we might hear nothing like what we've seen before because of him.
Right. I feel like personally, I think it's in good hands. Probably a bit of a different direction, maybe not. I don't know.
Because like Abyssal, right?
You still have Ryan Knight in the band.
Yeah.
To reel it in. I mean, we've already had I guess you can say a mediocre Black Dahlia Murder album, which was abysmal. It's funny because on the way to Detroit, we were listening to all the albums.
Yeah.
And everyone was like saying, yeah, this one's kind of meh. And I'm like, the first half is solid, and then after that, it just becomes
mush, like weird.
Yeah,
mush.
and I'm like, Everblack was a fun one. I
love Everblack so much.
My drummer doesn't like it. He's like, I think that album was like, I'm like, no, you shut the fuck up. It's actually good. I was like,
actually, fuck your opinion.
Actually, fuck your. No, I think so. Here's the thing, Everblack, the last song.
Yeah.
Map of Scars is decent. It's kind of one. It's one of the weaker ending songs, or last songs. But the weakest has to be Abysmal's last song, in my opinion.
That whole album to me, I don't know. It was a very weird stage for Black Dahlia for sure.
So it's like 5 songs are good, and then 5 were just It was 50-50 for me. But I mean, it's like, I love Black Dahlia, but that one was like,
album was great. The album before it was great.
Yeah, definitely. But then, you had Ellis with Nightbringers, Verminous, and then his last record, Servitude, which
Ellis
I enjoyed.
Is going to be so missed, honestly.
Yeah, honestly, I was like, during that era, I was like, holy fucking shit.
The melodic part of Black Dahlia might just be, in the past now.
Personally, yeah, because I mean, that thing was melodic death metal to the core, but it had it wasn't like he had like an old school tone, but he modernized the crap out of it.
Yeah.
Like I was like, holy shit. But I think Wes is gonna, live up to it. He's gonna take it to a much more different direction.
It's gonna be weird, and I think for the better. Like it might
definitely
be great.
It might be great. I personally think it might be great. But I'm very excited. They had the vocalist of the Red Chord fill in for him.
I saw that.
He was good.
Yeah,
I would just say okay, not the greatest in my opinion, but he's only there for 2 shows.
Yeah,
it's just like his vocals sound very different than I was like, if they would have done if they were able to, they should have done Stevie, but Inferior's on tour.
Right.
I was like, it would have been sick to see Stevie Boiser in there.
That would have been pretty cool.
That would have been amazing. I was like, holy shit. Some people were saying, hey, they could also, well, before the Wes Houck got revealed, some people were thinking Nick Hippa who wasn't as late dying. That would have been pretty cool.
He's pretty free right now.
Nick Hippa. Well, he's in another band. That's Ken Susi. He's free.
Yeah. He could have done it.
Yeah, he could have done it too. There was another one I think I was saying was I was like, what if Mike Lowe who was in Inferi jumps in, or Raphael Trujillo who was in Obscura? That guy would have been like more of a
definitely use a job right now.
I was like, well, no, he's also in a project too. But I'm like, if it were to be him, he would have taken them completely different. I was like, holy shit! It's like if you thought Brandon Ellis solos were hard, this guy's solos are like just going in there. But no, I'm extremely happy that it was Wes. I was like, holy shit, we got Wes now.
Yeah, man. It's when I heard, I couldn't believe it.
I told you, I was like, hey,
this makes no sense.
Wes is in Black Dahlia now. He's like, whoa, what?
I couldn't believe it. I'm like, oh my god. Talk about a dream team I never would have expected.
Yeah, literally. I was like, okay, I'm a super. Yeah, I mean, it was so like the thing is, it was just complicated. Just processing Matt's the part.
Yeah.
I mean, Brendan's the part. I don't know why I said Matt.
Yeah.
I was like,
just leaving and. We're left with nothing. But
the
clearly
thing is,
they had more gigs scheduled, so I'm like, all right, they're gonna find somebody, or they're already working on it.
Yeah, and then there was Wes,
and they did.
Plus, both Wes and Ellis have collaborated on tracks as well. So I mean, it's there. Yeah. I'm like, it was no stranger. It was gonna be them.
No, 100%, dude.
Another person was James Malone, who was in Ellis's other band, Arsis, which was also Ryan Knight's former band as well. But I'm like,
dude,
that would have been
so good, or was so good. Yeah,
I think they're gone now. I don't know.
Yeah, they don't exist anymore.
Yeah, well, I mean, either way. But anything else that might have happened?
A couple new Haunted singles dropped. I don't know. We've kind of passed that. I forgot to talk about it, but the Haunted is releasing a new album coming up very, very soon. But at this point, it should be out already. But yeah, I don't know, man.
I don't know, man. I think that's practically
there's something that happens all the time,
Yeah, I mean, probably in July. It's like, yeah, a lot has happened. We the Fire Nation attacked.
Oh my god.
Nah, but
there's been talks about the singer of what is it, Iced Earth is thinking about rejoining with Schaefer.
Oh my god, I saw that and I'm like, no.
Yeah, oh god, guys, why are we just forgetting that any of this happened?
Oh my god, yeah, I was like, no, not that. Anything but that.
I've pretty much just sworn off, Iced Earth entirely. There was a couple songs that I liked, and now I'm like, whatever, we don't need them. And now that's rearing its ugly head again.
Yeah, I mean, what can you do? I mean, it
is what it is.
It is what it is. I mean, I guess Yeah, I mean, I think this would probably be it. I mean, Beheading the Icon has some stuff in the works, some very new stuff in the works, maybe.
Vicious Attack, we got some stuff going on as well.
We've been cooking. Well, despite me being absent.
Cook. Yeah, you guys have some new material coming.
We actually have a show as of recording this this Friday in the Calb with our homies Vulturis and another band that I played a show back in October of last year with First Up to Glory called It Is.
Okay.
You know, I cracked the joke. I was that one guy that's like, it is what it is. And the guy's like, yeah. I'm like, but yeah, no, they're pretty solid. You know, I was
you
like,
guys have a show. I will be going to Dark Lord Day this weekend. That's another
nice.
thing. Dark Lord Day.
Oh yeah, you thought Dark Lord Day was this? We were gonna do an E-Fest. I was like, Mike, that was last year.
I felt silly about.
No, it's
that.
fine. I was like,
the date. I'm like, oh, god damn it.
I was like, wait, that's the same that Mike. Wait. This is last year.
Yeah, it threw me off. I'm like, oh, I didn't know you guys were going to be there. Or no, I thought, what was it? The date was wrong. I'm like, you guys are playing on the wrong day.
I was like, Mike, look at the year. That's 2025.
But yeah,
no,
I'm going to be at Dark Lord Day. And then, I don't know. I will be in California at the end of this month too.
Beverly Hills. That's where I want to be.
Beverly Hills.
It's funny how it's crazy how that was another thing that happened. His wife got shot.
Who?
Weezer's one of the members. I was like, what the fuck?
Dude, it is crazy when we go for, whatever 2 months.
Hiatus. I'm joking.
No, stop saying that word. But then, so much random crap happens.
That was the most random thing of this. Dude. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, it's amazing.
No, like one. Okay, I guess there's one more thing. The former guitar or founding member of Possessed was also in a shootout by cops, and they took him down. Yeah. That's another one. I was like, God
damn, dude.
What is happening here?
Yeah, all this
it should have been
crap.
Jeff Becerra, in my opinion, but okay.
That would have been funnier for sure. All this random crap, fucking chicken jockey.
Oh yeah, Jesus. I know. I mean. That movie was. I haven't seen it, but I'm like.
I haven't seen it.
But either. The reason I say oh my god is because I've seen grown men complain about it. It's like it's so bad. I'm like,
dude, it's like when people complained about the Mario movie.
The thing is, it's like they're saying, oh, they got this wrong. I'm like, Minecraft doesn't have a story, you dipshit. It's like I was like, well,
I'm like, you're also accepting Jack Black as Steve when Jack Black is just being Jack Black. He's the same character that he is in every single movie.
I was like, but yeah, chicken jockey. Everyone in the theater when everyone in the theater went nuts.
Lava.
Oh my god! You know what's funny? That song surpassed Sleep Tokens. Listen.
There you go.
There's
your metal news.
There's your metal news. That's how you know Sleep Token dropped the sleeper. If you have a 40-second song surpass that,
yeah.
It's like, a
40-second.
I'm probably not going to be alive because Sleep Token fans are going to be after me more than likely.
And you know that like they just had Jack Black with a microphone in like a room with a single laptop, and they're like, all right, Jack Black, just improvise something, whatever you want. And he was just like, la 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 la, like in his normal Jack Black voice.
It's like it ain't Steve from Minecraft, it's Jack Black from
Jack Black from Jack Black.
I can't wait to see him in the Super Smash Bros. Movie
as Jack Black.
As Jack Black. I mean, I'm telling you, the Smash Cinematic Universe is gonna be dethroning the MCU very soon.
I just thought about what you said, and that makes me so sad.
We're getting Zelda soon, actually.
You're gonna have Tom Holland as Zelda. You're gonna have Jack Black.
Tom Holland as Zelda. You mean Link?
Sorry, Link. It is funny though. He could definitely play Zelda if he wanted to.
I mean, I guess
he looks slender and kind of femboy enough.
Tom Holland as Link, Zendaya as Zelda, and then Ganondorf. It could be the same guy who played Thanos. I forgot his name.
Josh Brolin. Just got the big old nose.
It's like, hero of time.
Yeah.
Face me. These toys are too much for you. Please hand them to me.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, my God. Oh, man.
All right, well.
That's enough bullshit fuckery for
There's
now.
your goddamn episode.
Yeah, I mean, we'll probably be back. We're probably, we may stick to the 2-month formula, or we'll probably, I was
We
discussing
got
with
an
Mike.
interview for you next month. So
We're thinking that maybe the move forward is, we can probably do like 1 month we do an episode and maybe another a standalone interview maybe.
yeah,
We're just trying to change it up, but we're still here. We got
we
got some more stuff.
I have a video that I want to do real soon. I want to do another cover. I haven't talked to you about that yet. I guess we're talking about it right now.
I mean, hey, I'm down for another cover, maybe another pack opening as well.
Yeah.
You know.
Hey, you know what's coming out real soon, Brian?
I am dreading.
Ooh, I'm so excited. I'm going to have no money for that Final Fantasy Magic the Gathering drop. I'm just going to spend all of it.
It's like, skip the rent, Mike. Your landlord will understand.
They'll
I'm
get
joking.
it. They'll get it.
Oh
They're
my
like,
God.
dude, I totally get it.
Just invite me over to play Commander.
Yeah. Done.
Jesus, but yeah, no, that'll be all. Thanks for being with us on this episode.
And we'll see you very goddamn soon.
Don't
with
forget
another
to
video.
like, comment, and subscribe too, because it helps the channel a lot. I'm gonna keep grifting that no matter what.
I'll put the graphic that
the
I use
graphic
every
there.
single time.
The perfect graphic. But yeah, no,
Alrighty.
we might see you in July. June's gonna be a very busy month for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I get, it's just
We'll have
It's
some
gonna-
stuff for you.
we'll have some stuff.
We'll have another merciful plate. It's going to be good.
Ooh.
The next one's going to be good. But yeah, so that's it. Goodbye.
Adios, amigos.
Vaya con Dios.
Okay, that was.
Warriors of time and space, traveling through dimensions, fighting for what's just and what is right. Shreddy Bois, look over there into the sky. Shreddy Bois, train is truth and train is full of light.